Hi guys, I'm Emily and I get paid to party. I own a handful of party side hustle businesses I run out of my house. So follow along if you have been looking for a side hustle that's great for beginners that does not require a lot of startup money. Okay, so one of the main questions I get asked from new followers is about how that I make sure that my party rental items that people return them, first of all, and that I'm covered in the event that they don't return them or they return items damaged. So every few months I do this video again for all the new followers because this part is basic and easy, but you wanna make sure you do the steps so that you are covered and get your items back. Okay, so the first step is when somebody's renting stuff from me, I'm going to charge a security deposit, and not just that I'm charging a security deposit, but it has to be paid on a credit card. There's a couple of reasons there. On Marketplace, you will have people that do not want to pay a security deposit. They will argue with you, and that's a non-negotiable for me because that's one of the things that protects you as a business owner. So I just tell them we're a legitimate rental business. That's what rental businesses do. They charge a security deposit. If you don't want to pay that, I'm sorry, then we can't do business with you. But most people will pay that. It's paid on their credit card. The reason you want it paid on a credit card is because of step 3, because we're going to hold their card on file. So then you know you have a working card that you can hold on file. And that security deposit is going to cover any damage that's done to the items. It's gonna cover a cleaning fee if you need a cleaning fee if things are returned dirty, damaged, anything like that. So we got the security deposit on a credit card. The second thing that you need to get is a signed rental contract. Rental contracts are important because it's stipulating and outlining the expectations and the way that you do business. And my rental contract is pretty thorough and it covers all kinds of things, like when the item has to be returned and they're gonna be charged a late fee, or you are allowed to charge a late fee if you want to, if the items aren't returned on time. It covers damage and destruction and all that. So it's basically gonna stipulate, if you bring an item back damaged, I am allowed to keep your security deposit to cover repairing that item. Or the contract also says if the item is damaged beyond repair and the security deposit does not cover that, then I can actually access your credit card on file and you are signing that I can go ahead and charge you the replacement cost for that item. The rental contract is super important because it allows you to do those things and it sets up the parameters for how you're doing business. So if I get people all the time, when do I get my security deposit refunded? And I always say, per the rental contract, I have 5 business days from when you return the items for me to fully inspect them and make sure that everything is running properly, and then I will issue you a refund. So that contract is gonna answer all those questions that they're going to have. It sets up the parameters for how you do business, but it's also very important because it protects you if they don't bring something back or if they bring something back damaged. And then the third thing, and my contract, if you don't have a rental contract, my contract is available for sale at the link in my bio. It's on the Etsy shop. It's $8.99. You can use it as a guide, or it's a template. You can just put your business name in there and use it yourself. Okay, and then the third most important thing is having that credit card on file. That's why I require them to pay their security deposit with a credit card, is because that's how I have it on file and I know it's a card that works, that I have ran and has funds on it. I personally use Stripe for my payment processor, and so that they just automatically hold the credit cards on file for you. Now, there is much more to this. Certain payment types that you can take on Stripe will not allow you to go in and recharge a customer card. When you're a new customer for the first 30 days, Stripe does not allow you to go in and recharge a customer card without their permission. So there are some things you have to learn about this, but this is the overall starting point. The 3 things that you need to have to make sure that you are protected. Okay, ask me any questions you've got.